There's this stereotype of me that follows me around, or I think I follow her around, actually. Usually she shows up first in the paper, and then I show up in the flesh, and people are like, we're supposed to be intimidated by you? You know, like, yeah, right, sure. So, but I think the thing is...
Good evening and welcome very much to Conversations. I'm pleased to welcome to the program this evening a singing poetic phenomena here in this country, Andy DiFranco, and we're here at the Wetlands in New York. And Andy, welcome very, very much to Conversations. I've just had the pleasure of listening to you and Andy entertain the people here at the Wetlands in New York City, and we want to do a sort of introduction here now. And we're obviously going to let the music and the singing and the poetry and the messages that you convey be the prime, force of the program, because it's tremendous what you do. Yeah. But we would like to just introduce you a little bit here. Maybe you could just let us know, and for myself know, you've been doing this for a long time, and these poems are things of yours. You've been doing this since you were a youngster, 10 years old or something. Even shorter.
I was even shorter.
Right.
Yeah, I guess I was writing poetry when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
Yeah.
Something to do.
Poetry's that the way.
Yeah. And I started playing guitar when I was like 9 or 10. So it's been good 12 years in the making.
Yeah, a lot of work goes into that. And you've been working, and then you go and you're developing a whole lot of people around the country are really picking up on you. You're in the colleges and so forth. Is it? Can you identify your audience? Is it a younger audience? Is it an expanding audience? Is it a female audience, male audience, or how do you sense it? Just as you're beginning to you're starting to emerge now into the main society. But I wonder how you sense your audience and who are you talking to?
Well, it actually, funnily enough, it depends a lot on the way I am portrayed in the media before I show up. The way people write about me, the terms that they couch me in, affect who comes out to hear me play. So if somebody in the media picks up on, young, militant, feminist, angry, then, you'll see a crowd of young, feminist women, college age. But if somebody just says, radical singing, musical poetry, depending on what they stress. But, I really enjoy singing and speaking to people of different ages and sexes and races, and there are universal themes you're talking about. You're talking about universal justice in a way, if I may say so, that is so little heard. I mean, you talk about that. Some of your songs talk about the universal justice and the numbers of people and the inappropriate attitude of most people toward the oppressed peoples of the world, of which there are so many, and so seemingly accepted by so many of the general society. Do you get a sense, and do you ever get a sense of anger about how the mass of the society seems to go along with the injustices that seem to characterize the contemporary world as we look at it, and even as we begin to look ahead and make projections? Very
you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, yes. You do. I mean, I think that the passivity, the inertia of so many people is what really frustrates me. And I think, we learn to make compromises and sacrifices along the way. And I think people accept that much too much. I think that people, they start out with an idea of the way they think the world should be, and then they look around and they find out how the world really is, and they sort of hedge and hedge and hedge until they've accepted much too much, I think.
Yeah.
And, I think that I speak from my experience as a woman, very much so. It informs what I write, and it's definitely there. But I think that as people, we have so much more in common than we have differences, and I hate to be pigeonholed in terms of playing women's music or something, because I would agree with you that we're all in this together.
We're all in this mess together, or however we want to characterize this, which we are. And James Joyce once said, "History is a nightmare from which we're attempting to awaken." I don't know if that's really it, but it can be in a certain sense seen that way, that there are these kind of conditions, and there isn't enough. And it's just that it seems to be. Noam Chomsky says the media seems to manufacture consent among the people, and we live in almost like a post-industrial feudalism that's emerging in terms of the mass of the society, and it just seems to be accepted. And do you think that, do you sense, I saw Allen Ginsberg on the other day, he said he thinks there's a new spirit, there's a new something that's beginning to manifest itself, particularly among the young. I refer to you now, you're obviously from a younger generation, but he took great heart. He said the 50s and 60s and then the 70s and 80s sort of went quiescent or comatose or something. He said he thinks there's a spirit that's really serious and is really emerging. You sense that? Can you sense it? Can you feel it blowing in the wind, or feeling in the wind, or sense a positive kind of awakening among the young, perhaps, and then they in turn can perhaps bring the broader society along to the need, recognize the need for change?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's always, there always seems to be a new, life force and a new, impetus for change going on with every, generation, and, not like we can divide into generations so clearly.
Yeah.
And, but they're, like right now they're characterizing my generation as Generation X, the sort of lost, apathetic, kind of like confused.
Slackers.
Sort of, and I think again that's sort of a media driven. It's just created. It's created. Yeah. They're making it up, and whether you buy into it or not, I don't.
You do not buy into the.
I know a lot of really active. Really, thinking, active, young people who are as inspiring to me as people who have been doing political work for years and years and years.
I hear you. And it's a lot of the young people are beginning to. There's a new life breathing into that from where we've been.
Yeah. Well, Abby Hoffman.
God bless him.
God bless him. Yeah. He said, it's got to be the young people who really drive the movement, because they're impatient.
Yeah.
Because they want it now. If there's anything that youth is, it's impatience.
Yeah.
And so, I think that. That energy is important.
Yeah, and it's new, but it needs a voice. It needs a voice. It goes for a long time. And I don't know. I don't like to be presumptuous or anything like that. But I think among the many sources and places we might look for that a voice that would begin to awaken that spirit in the younger and in the larger audience, it's Andy DiFranco, if I may say so. I think you're a major voice and poetic talent. I really congratulate you on the work. We're going to want to let people see that. The poems are the songs, and the music is tremendously powerful, as well as the lyric or poetry that you put to the music is both. And we're obviously going to run this for the audience and so forth that's coming up. But the poems or the lyrics, they're yours? They're all yours? Yeah, you do all that, right? Yeah. How's it coming? Is it coming in a more and more?
Every day stuff happens, and then I end up writing about it,
Yeah.
And I sort of see that as a form of political work, just to tell my story. I think that there's a lot of people out there who feel that their story, and rightly so, who feel that their stories are not being told on TV or in history books, or who feel that they are just not, their voices aren't included. So I think for anybody who feels that, to stand up on a stage or publish a book or in some way just relate their experience so that people are aware of it, so that people can include it in their in their
consciousness.
Right. And then hopefully it will be there to influence thinking when it's time to make laws, just to sort of try and get it inserted into history.
Absolutely, get it inserted into the context of the way things are going. We need it, and it's not coming from the political leadership. It's not coming from the corporate leadership. It's not coming from the traditional sources of leadership. It's got to come. The leading edge that's going to come from the poetic community. It seems like it always has and probably always will. But it's a new change. Do you sense a sense of new qualitative change?
Well, I think that there are always the majority of people are outside this sacred circle of corporations and government, and if you can see a distinction there at all, and I think that there is a lot more noise coming from the outside, more and more. I find that there's a lot more awareness and discourse about issues. Today than there were even 5 years ago or 10.
It's going to grow too.
There's
systems aren't working.
No, that's true.
No, I mean, even in a pragmatic sense, much less in a metaphysical sense. I mean, it seemed that way. Well, listen, Andy, we've been talking here and everything. I could talk to you for 25 hours, easy. And then maybe on another occasion.
Go.
No, we gotta, as of now, right? No, we could do it easy. On another occasion, we will. But we want to let the people see the music and hear it, right? So why don't we do that now? We got her, and we're at the wetlands, right? Again, a memorable, ecologically oriented, change-oriented place here in the middle of New York City, belly of the beast, if any place there was. But now, so we're going to bring you some of Andy DiFranco. This is, what is it? It's February 23, 1994, in the Christian era, that this is being performed here in New York City. So we'll bring you extended some excerpts from the concert, and then we'll come back and say goodnight and round this out. Okay, so here it is now. Get yourself ready for some really good music is coming up. Andy DiFranco and Andy Stochansky, drummer extraordinaire.
So thanks very much for coming here tonight. I had to come. And now I'm Dane Bramage. You gotta have the right tools for every job, so I invite myself in through the hole in the fence. I am tripping through the junkyard, scanning over the piles. The thin cats raise their skin in defense, and I know he's watching me. I can see him through the cracks. His eyes are small and shy on my back. He says his name is Jason. He lives in the last trailer on the right. He tells me he'll be 7 on the 4th of July. Only the people who live here know the name of this place. My path through Iowa would be hard to trace. All the adults in this town try not to frown when I walk by, but Jason smiled at me, he met my eye. Jason smiled at me, he met my eye. Da 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 da. What the fuck was that chord? Maybe it was Satan? Saying, play in C, play in C. So you don't ask me where I'm from or why I came here alone. We all go looking for paradise, then we go back home. We cut out the small talk, got right to the way things are. He showed me his squirrel skull. I told him I locked myself out of my car. So there goes the only friend I have in Iowa, his hand flapping behind him, waving goodbye. His name is Jason, he lives in the last trailer on the right, and he'll be 7 on the 4th of July. Thanks. Ba-dum-bum. So let me just check this for a minute. Iowa. It's true. That's funny. See, do not be fooled. There are more people from Iowa out there amongst us than you would think at first. Just because they're not recognized or portrayed in the media or accepted by society doesn't mean they're not there. Life is a B-movie, it's stupid and it's strange. It's a directionless story, and the dialogue is lame. But in the he said, she said, sometimes there's some poetry if you turn your back long enough and let it happen naturally. Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I got a face like a limp handshake, hair like an accident scene. I've been waking up slowly, savoring the same old dream, and somewhere in between the fold of your memory eyes, sleeping soundly. Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. 'Cause I like you, but I know you don't know it. I like you so much, I talk to everyone but you. And I wonder, you would think of this little number. Yeah, I wonder, you would say if you know. If you don't ask the right questions, every answer feels wrong. I was a terrible waitress, so I started to write songs. I don't know how I feel, but I wonder if you feel like me. You ever get wrapped up in the folds of my memory? Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. 'Cause I like you, but I know you don't know it. I like you so much, I talk to everyone but you. And I wonder, you would think of this little number. Yeah, I wonder, you would say if you know. There's a river of people that runs past my eyes. It's beautiful enough just to sit and watch it go by. But the trouble with water, she'll always leave you for gravity. I never even told you I had a crush on you or anything. Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. Life is a B-movie, it's stupid and it's strange. It's a directionless story, and the dialogue is lame. But in the he said, she said, sometimes there's some poetry. If you turn your back long enough, let it happen naturally. Oh, oh hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, hell. Thank you. crying. I'm not gonna tell you what's wrong. I'm just gonna sit on your lap for $5 a song. I want you to pay me for my beauty. I think it's only right, 'cause I have been paying for it all of my life. I'm gonna take the money I make. I'm gonna take the money I make. I'm gonna take the money I make, and I'm gonna go away. We barely have time to react in this world, let alone rehearse. And I don't think that I'm better than you, but I don't think that I'm worse. Women learn to be women, and men learn to be men. I don't blame it all on you, but I don't want to be your friend. I'm just gonna take the money I make. I'm gonna take the money I make. I'm gonna take the money I make, and I'm gonna go away. I was 11 years old. He was as old as my dad, and he took something from me I didn't even know that I had. So don't tell me about decency, don't tell me about pride. Just give me something for my trouble, 'cause this time it's not a free ride. I'm just gonna take the money I make. I'm gonna take the money I make. I'm gonna take the money I make, and I'm gonna go away. I'm just gonna sit on your lap for $5 a song. I want you to pay me for my beauty. I think it's only right, 'cause I have been paying for it all of my life. I'm gonna take. Now I'm just gonna take. Yeah, I just wanna take and go away. Thank you. This is a bitchy little song that Andy wrote.
Dude,
it's about you know, being a woman in today's society, and rub up against me on a crowded subway car. Some guy tried to feed me some stupid line in some stupid bar. You know, I see the same shit every day. The landscape looks so bleak. I think I'll take the first one yes home that does something to eat. Says thank you for saying all the things I never do. I say, you know, the thanks I get is to take all the shit for you. It's nice that you listen. It'd be nicer if you joined in. As long as you play their game, girl, you're never gonna win. Yeah. Today I just want
want someone to entertain me. I'm tired of being so fierce, tired of being so friendly. You don't have to be a supermodel to do the animal thing. You don't have to be a super genius. Open your face up and sing, yeah. Face up and sing, face up and sing, face up and sing. Somebody do something, anything soon. I know I can't be the only whatever I am in the room. So why am I so lonely? Why am I so tired? I need backup, I need company, I need to be inspired. Whoa, whoa, up to that one. We have to cover the other bodily fluids before we get to there. So anyway. Okay, this is our little funk tune because every little white girl should have a funk song on her album. See the rough squeaking of those two tree limbs. Till one day one of them came down, taken down by the wind. But on the one that's still there, you can still see where the bark was rubbed bare. Yeah. It's a metaphor if you know what I mean. How have you been? Oh yeah. How have you been? How have you been? How have you been? Well, me and you and your girlfriend makes three. In the interest of even numbers, I won't make myself scarce, I'll make myself scarcely me. But I'll be outside your window at night, pull up your shades, leave on your lights. Cause I don't want to come in between, I just want to know how have you been? How have you been? Oh yeah. How have you been? How have you been? Music is just something I do on my way to the door. And I do almost anything once I'm about you. I think I do you, I think I do you more. If I had my way, I'd stay here and watch your hair grow for a while. Yeah. It makes me smile just to dream of that. How have you been? Oh yeah. How have you been? Oh yeah. How have you been? How have you been? Oh, Stochansky there on drums.
We got the drummer, Andy Stochansky, who has been playing here at the Wetlands with Andy DiFranco tonight, and incredible set, man. Beautiful, beautiful work. I just wanted to congratulate you very much on the work and so forth. It must be a pleasure working and traveling around and working with Annie. She's quite a phenomenon, right?
It's great.
Yeah.
It's actually it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And, it's great when we work together and communicate on stage. It's really nice.
Right. Have you've been out in Vancouver recently? Were you? Yeah. I hear you had a absolutely drop dead kind of concert that happened out in Vancouver recently, and it must have been quite an event.
It was at the Vogue Theater in Vancouver.
And it fell apart, or I mean, it came apart, or it just went out the ceiling or something.
We had about 50 people on stage dancing at one point.
Really?
There were
70.
70
and we had it was sold out, so there was 1,200 people there.
Wow.
So it was really an amazing show. The only time I ever got nervous was when the house lights were up when I was loading my gear in, because then I could see all the seats go for miles. But then when we were doing the show, I
just the lights were so bright you couldn't see it, right?
It was the first 100 people inside, so it was okay.
Well, it should be. It should be. It should be seen by. It should be Andy DiFranco and yourself, the poetry. It should be seen by one and all. As far as I'm concerned, you know. And I just wanted to take a minute here to say thank you, you know, for doing it, and to introduce you to the audience, because they will be seeing you in what is primarily the part of this program, which is the music.
This is my little friend Andy. Best dressed drummer this side of... Got pulled over in West Texas so they could look inside my car. He said, "Are you an American citizen?" I said, "Yes, sir, so far." They made sure I wasn't smuggling someone in from Mexico, someone willing to settle for America, because there's nowhere else to go. And every state line is a new set of laws, and every policeman comes equipped with extended claws. There's 1,000 shades of white and 1,000 shades of black, but the same rule always applies: smile pretty and watch your back. So we don't have to like win you over or anything. You're just gonna be happy. We can be stupid as we want to be, stupid as we want to be. Let's see. So I broke down in Louisiana, and I had to thumb a ride. Got in the first car that pulled over. You can't be picky in the middle of the night. He said, "Baby, do you like to fool around?" He said, "Baby, do you like to be touched?" I said, "Maybe some other time." Thank you very much. On every state line, there's a new set of laws, and every policeman comes equipped with extended claws. There's 1,000 shades of white and 1,000 shades of black, but the same rule always applies: smile pretty and watch your back. I'm in the middle of Alabama, and they stare at me wherever I go. I don't think they like my haircut, I don't think they like my clothes. I can't wait to get back to New York City, where at least when I walk down the street, no one ever hesitates to tell me exactly what they think of me. At every state line, there's a new set of laws, and every policeman comes equipped with extended claws. There's 1,000 shades of white and 1,000 shades of black, but the same rule always applies: smile pretty and watch your back. A little town in Pennsylvania, there was snow on the ground. I parked it in an empty lot where there was no one else around. But I guess I was taking up too much space, and I was trying to get some sleep, 'cause an officer came by anyway and told me I had to leave. Oh, and every state line, there's a new set of laws, and every policeman comes equipped with extended claws. There's 1,000 shades of white and 1,000 shades of black, but the same rule always applies. Smile pretty and watch your back.
Tunes by myself. You probably figured that out. And then we'll take a little break and we'll play another set. So thanks again for showing up. Maybe next set they'll turn on the disco balls. That would be fun. You give me that look that's like laughing with liquid in your mouth, like you're choosing between choking and spitting it all out, like you're trying to fight gravity on a planet that insists that love is like falling and falling is like this. Feels like reckless driving when we're talking. It's fun while it lasts, and it's faster than walking. But no one's gonna sympathize when we crash. They'll say you hit what you head for, you get what you ask. And we'll say we didn't know, we didn't even try. One minute there was road beneath us, and the next was sky. We gotta do a little dance tune. How come I can pick my ears but not my nose? Who made up that rule anyway? How come you say that's the way it is? That's just the way it goes. Why don't you decide for yourself what you can do, what you can't say? How come I can pick my friends but not my enemies? So what is it about me that offends? So what is it about me? You know I'm only 5'2" and I'm giggly wiggly. Tell me again, what did I do? Are you scared of me? 'Cause I fight with love and I laugh with rage. You gotta live light enough to see the humor and long enough to see some change. Shy is boring, I think depressed is so. I think pretty is nice, but I'd rather see something new. You know, all those plastic people got
their plastic surgery. But we got a big, big, beautiful, you know, we got it for free. Said, who you gonna be if you can't be yourself? You know you can't get it from TV. You can't force it on anybody else. And you know they come to clear cut, and they come to strip mine. They come to solve my big butt, my big brain, just a little time. They wanna take me home to dinner, they think I'm a bitch if I don't go. Seems like the people who actually like me don't allow me to say no. Your idea of a conversation is the third degree. You know I don't really know you, and I don't really wanna talk about me. Talk about me. 'Cause I'm not going to pretend that I don't pick my nose. That's just the way it is, my friend, that's just the way it goes. So this is who I am, what I do and what I say. If you like it, let it be, and if you don't, please do the same. You know, I fight with love, and I laugh with rage. You got a little late enough to see the humor, and long enough to see some change. See some change. See some change. See some change.
Thanks. This is a journey back in time.
I guess there's something wrong with me. I guess I don't fit in. No one wants to touch it. No one knows where to begin. I just want more than one membership to more than one club. 'Cause I owe my life to the people that I love. He looks me up and down like he knows what time it is. Like he's got my number, like he thinks it's his. He says, call me Ms. DiFranco. If there's anything I can do, I say it's Mr. DiFranco to yell. Some days the line I walk turns out to be straight. Other days the line tends to deviate. I've got no criteria for sex or race. I just want to hear your voice. I just want to see your face. She looks me up and down like she thinks that I'm mature. Like she's got my number, like it belongs to her. She says, call me Ms. DiFranco. If there's anything I can do, I say, you know, I got spots, I got stripes. So and their eyes are all asking, are you in or you out? And I think, oh boy, what is this about? I mean, tonight you can't put me up on any shelf, 'cause I came here alone and I'm gonna leave by myself. I just want to show you the way that I feel, and when I get tired, you can take the wheel. To me, what's more important is the person that I bring, not just getting to the same restaurant and eating the same thing. I guess there's something wrong with me. I guess I don't fit in. No one wants to touch it. No one knows where to begin. I just want more than one membership, more than one club. 'Cause I owe my life to people that I love. Somebody just slapped me. was 4 years old, they tried to test my IQ. They showed me this picture of 3 oranges in a pear. They asked me, which one is different and does not belong? They called me different is wrong. But when I was 13 years old, I woke up one morning, thighs covered in blood, like a war, like a warning that I live in a breakable, takeable body, an ever-increasingly valuable body, that a woman had come in the night to replace me, deface me. See, my body is borrowed, I got it on loan for the time in between my mom and some maggots. I don't need anyone to hold me, I can hold my own. I got highways for stretch marks, see where I've grown. And I sing sometimes like my life is at stake, 'cause you're only as loud as the noises you make. I am learning to laugh as hard as I can listen, 'cause silence is violence, and women and poor people, if more people were screaming, then I could relax. But a good brain isn't diddly if you don't have the facts. We live in a breakable, takeable world, an ever available, possible world, and we can make music like we can make do. Geniuses in the backbeat, back seats, and nothing if you're dancing, especially something stupid like IQ. I unlearn, I learn something new, and I sing sometimes for the war that I fight, 'cause every tool is a weapon if you hold it right. Appreciate it. Here's a little song called Anticipate. You are subtle as a window pane, standing in my view, but I wait for it to rain so that I can see you. You call me up at night when there's no light passing through, and you think that I don't understand, but I do. Say everything that we could, so that we can say later, oh, you misunderstood. And I hold my cards up close to my chest. I say what I have to, and I hold back the rest. 'Cause someone you don't know is someone you don't know. Get a firm grip, girl, before you let go. For every hand extended, another lies in wait. Keep your eye on that one and anticipate. Dress down and get out there, pick a fight with the police. We will get it all on film for the new release. It seems like everyone's an actor, they're an actor's best friend. I wonder what was wrong to begin with, that they should all have to pretend. And we lose sight of everything when we have to keep checking our backs. I think we should all just smile, come clean and relax. But he says, someone you don't know, it's someone you don't know. Get a firm grip, girl, before you let go. For every hand extended, another lies in wait. Keep your eye on that one and anticipate. And if there's anything I've learned all these years on my own, it's how to find my own way there, and how to find my own way. Oh yeah, find my way. Oh yeah, find my own way. Oh yeah, find my own way. Sing with us. Oh yeah, find my way. Oh yeah, my own way. Oh yeah, my own way. Oh yeah, my own way. My own way. My own way. Own way. My own way. Own way. My own way. Own way. See you, you call me up at night and there's no light passing through. And you think that I don't understand, but I do. Someone you don't know, someone you don't know. Keep an eye on that one, oh, I know. Isn't that lovely? face. Of stone underneath a corporate canopy where the sun rarely filters down. The ground is not so soft. It's not so soft. They build buildings to house people making money, or they build buildings to make money off of housing people. It's true, like a lot of things are true. I'm foraging for a phone booth on the forest floor that is not so soft. It looks up. No, I look up. It looks like the buildings are burning, but it's just the sun setting in the windows. The solar system calling an end to another business day, eternally circling, signaling, rhythmic clicking on and off of computers. The pulse of the American machine. The pulse that draws death dancing out of anonymous side streets. You know, the ones that always get dumped on and never get plowed. Draws death dancing out of anonymous side streets, anonymous side streets, anonymous side streets. And those who call the shots are never in the line of fire. Why? When there's life for hire out there, if a flag of truth were raised, we could watch every liar rise to wave it. Here we learn America like a script, playwright, birthright, same thing, we bring ourselves to the role. We're all rehearsing for the presidency. I always wanted to be commander-in-chief of my one-woman army. Envision the mediocrity of my finest hour. It's the failed America in me. It's the fear that lives in a forest of stone underneath the corporate canopy where the sun rarely filters down and the ground is not so soft, 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 not so soft. I was up the road on Easy Street, watching everybody sit around and cheat. And a man comes up and he says, move along down to the corner where you belong. And mama she just wants a barrel house all night long. And the city screams like a siren choir. Some fool's trying to set this town on fire. TV preachers scream, come on along. Yeah, everyone's grabbing and coming on strong. And mama she just wants to barrel house all night long. And sometimes I wonder who I am. I feel like I'm living in a hologram. Doesn't seem to matter what's right or wrong. Everyone's grabbing and coming on strong. And mama she just wants to barrel house all night long. I was up the road on Easy Street, watching everybody sit around and cheat. And a man comes up and he says, move along down to the corner where you belong. And Mama she just wants to barrel house all night long. That's a Bruce Coburn song. Thanks again for coming. You know, for lack of anything else, you can just make them a little uncomfortable, just for a minute. Just the thought of our bed makes me crumble like the plaster where you punch the wall beside my head. And I try to draw the line, but it ends up running down the middle of me most of the time. Boys get locked up in some prison, girls get locked up in some house, and it don't matter if it's a warden or a lover or a spouse. You just can't talk to them, and you just can't reason, you just can't leave, and you just can't please them. Yeah, I was lying into being my mother's daughter. I was just eating bread and water, thinking nothing ever changes, and I was shocked. See the mistakes of each generation will just fade like a radio station. You drive, you just gotta drive, you just gotta drive out of rain. You're not angry, then you're just stupid, you don't care. How else can you react when you know something's so unfair? When the men of the hour can kill half the world in war, make them slaves to a superpower and let them die poor. I was locked into being my mother's daughter. I was just eating bread and water, thinking nothing ever changes, and I was shocked. See the mistakes of each generation will just fade like a radio station. You drive, you just gotta drive, you just gotta drive out of rain. Just the thought of our bed makes me crumble like the plaster where you punch the wall beside my head. And I try to draw the line, but it ends up running down the middle of me most of the time. And baby, I love you, that's why I'm leaving. There's just no talking to you, and there's just no pleasing you. And I care enough that I'm mad that half the world don't even know what they could have had. I was locked into being my mother's daughter. I was just eating bread and water, thinking nothing ever changes, and I was shocked. See the mistakes, each generation will just fade like a radio station. If we try, we just gotta